Forgot to do the countdown. Hello.
Ah.
But what about our numbers? How will we know how to count to 3?
It's...
That's why we have Sam.
Yep.
I can only count to 4.
Well, Sam can only count to 4.
Oh shit.
That song.
A math teacher who can only count to 4. It's...
But I can do it a bunch of times, and
There you go.
sometimes the numbers 1 through 4 have different names.
Here you go.
Like 5.
Hello,
That's
everybody.
just-
Math, right?
Math, am I right?
I have some announcements, if anyone cares.
Yes.
This campaign's ending real soon. And then we're going to spend some time doing other stuff for a bit. And then, new campaign. Eyes peeled. I just got a rough sketch of Caleb's character, and it's... yeah. Come
Ooh,
on.
Exciting.
I'm excited.
So, you know, stay tuned. Yeah. Kate, what do you want to, tell people of?
What I want to tell people is go check out redbubble.com/kr, or no,
Cool.
I'm remembering the link wrong. It's krtheater.redbubble.com/shop. It's a different link setup than Etsy. Anyway, go check it out if you want to get the last official, unofficial, Fonkey Casuals merch, and be on the lookout for possible new designs coming out soonish. We'll see.
Shit.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for
Maybe
6
some
years.
motifs.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh my god. Go ahead. Yeah, that's it. Go check it out.
We've been doing this for 6 years, so support Kate.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It has been 6 years. Was it 2018?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Speaking of that, or not really at all. Last we left. Yeah.
That was
We're about to be in our 3rd presidency as a channel.
How do you say I broke up with
And
my asshole?
maybe the
yeah, okay.
last. Maybe the last. No.
no.
You know. Yeah. That's life, things happen. I don't know what I'm talking about. Last
The
we
world
left
moves
off,
on.
I just woke up from a nap, so I'm like,
Uh,
Yeah. last we left off, you all tried saving your friends from the rubble that collapsed over everybody. Oh no. Grin, surprisingly, because of mechanics, is still okay. And then Vonkar and Torger broke out relatively easily and started helping everybody get out. Medeis teleported around and did some stuff. And the Duergar that were ensnared were getting big and also helping remove rubble and, freeing themselves. But eventually Doe and Hopper were found, both on the verge of dying from suffocation and being crushed under rubble. But everybody was A-okay. Eventually, gathering everybody, tending to wounds, you left the now ruined palace with the aid of these Duergar, hauling out the debris along the way, and after some time, eventually returned to Dvergefell, Torger's home, and took part in a celebration to celebrate the lives of those who were lost and those whose bodies couldn't be found, with food, drinks, and other weird Dvergefellian activities such as beating each other with bugs on sticks, and some of the children chase Vonkar around on his penny farthing. You encountered a Duergar named Ipsy Dipsy, who was the town's sort of guy who was just known and was weird, and you all received free esthetician services from Glenn Puddleshoes. Some of you got trims, some of you had nothing done at all, while some of you grew mohawks and then, now we're rocking mohawks. Oh, and people had their calluses grinded down into a dust, and he seemed to keep that dust in a little pot. CSG or something, DSG. You know, yeah. Eventually, though, you all made your way to Torger's home and saw the home of someone who is clearly sad and alone, filled with hammocks, and Torger introduced you to his training dummy that he would hug and then punch, talk to, and then hug again and hug goodnight. And it was a bit of a sad little lifestyle there, but everything's okay. You all spent the night at Torger's house in these various hammocks, and eventually were woken up the following morning by Medeis telling you all that you needed to head to the Soulspire Academy, because the headmaster reached out to him regarding possible information on how to stop Caven Idris. So you all teleported there via teleportation circle, just in time to see Flitz and the headmaster packing all of the important things in this office and leaving. They gave you notes mentioning that there was a sword called the Sword of Caste that could kill Caven Idris, possibly, and that it was last seen in the possession of Caven and Castigan's third associate, who was nameless, and retreated into his bag of holding with the sword, and based on stories you all have been hearing for some time now, theorized that this individual could be the Bagman. So, using the headmaster's office, you summoned the Bagman, who didn't fully emerge from the bag, and caused you all to fall through the floor into this otherworldly dimension in between places. You saw openings that possibly led to other bags of holding and other extra-dimensional spaces. You could hear people talking from all around, and you were surrounded by a void and a towering wall of junk with a path weaving through it. You proceeded forward, not really knowing what to do, discussing what to do, and after some time, Hopper cast See Invisibility and saw hundreds upon hundreds of these long, disembodied gray arms grabbing objects from these piles and shifting them up into the openings above, giving you all information on how bags of holding work in this setting. And Hopper communicated with one of the arms, asking for directions towards the Bagman, and the arm simply just pointed forward in the direction you're headed. So, Hopper, you begin to walk. The rest of you follow Hopper. And with the See Invisibility spell, you can see, Hopper, you can see glimpses of these long, more of these long, gray, emaciated arms. And as you advance, the arms that were all previously occupied with, like, moving things around to people summoning them from the bags of holding or wherever they are summoning them, the hands almost all pause to turn and watch as you all move forward, and Hopper's the only one who can see these hands kind of just, like, following. Not getting closer, but just keeping an eye, if they had eyes.
I think Hopper's just giving each one that is, like, relatively close to them, like, a nod of acknowledgement, like...
Alright, you all see Hopper nodding at things you all can't see.
That's not ominous at all.
I am merely being polite. That is all.
Polite to what?
Alright, so you know how we've been seeing items just kind of float into the air and out of their various entrances to here?
Sure.
So there are, like, invisible hands that kind of stretch and pick things up and bring them back up to the bag's openings. And they are conscious.
Okay. If you say so. Sounds plausible, I guess.
They also apparently at least understand common. So I guess
Well, you would
don't
imagine
words.
they'd probably understand any language. You would have to. Because when you reach
I'm
into a
just-
bag, you think of speak the item you want.
I'm just merely trying to cover all the bases.
Okay, well, are they just here? Are they doing anything?
Oh no, they are everywhere.
Right, but. Okay.
I mean,
Are they waving at you? Are you nodding at them for a reason?
they are looking, they are following.
They're looking, they have eyes?
So you know how sometimes you can make like a little hand puppet? Like,
Looks really
Like this?
disconcerting with your
Yeah.
hair hands. It's just fluff. It's just a ball of fluff. That's all we're trying to do. Trying to do.
sorry, I do
Shadow
not have very
puppets.
long phalanges. They are making finger puppets, some of them, who I guess have a hilarity streak
Okay.
or a board.
As you're all walking, another kind of conversation kind of radiates from above from one of the numerous openings that you can no longer see. Nope, that's not mine. I don't smoke that shit. Nope, absolutely not. And then you hear another voice say, "We found a bag in your We found the bag in your pocket, sir." Yeah, no, nope, not mine. Brother-in-law, piece of shit. It's his. Yep. It's just
This is just reading his conversations he overheard at work.
yeah, yeah, yep. People do cocaine all over the bathroom. True story. They had to start putting stuff down, so when people put their coke down, it just gets absorbed into this like absorbent and is ruined. Anyways,
Wow.
it's great.
Didn't even know that
The
existed.
maintenance guy's like, yeah, fuck this shit. Kids play here. Anyways, you hear that conversation. And after what seems like endless walking straight ahead, no turns, no deviations, just completely straight this entire time, you come across this wooden door standing alone in the middle of the path. Its frame is made of tarnished dark steel, and one moment the door wasn't there, and as soon as you sort of walk, it just sort of is there. The path continues past the door, and you can easily step around it and continue forward should you choose. There is no wall, there's no frame, there's no like anything, there's just a random door completely upright in the middle of the path.
Hopper, you seeing something that I can't see?
Am I?
No, you all see the same door, nothing else with it.
There's just like a door here in the middle of nowhere.
I'm just seeing a door. Am I able to like climb up on like one of the piles of stuff and try
Yeah.
to look behind the door?
The path just continues beyond it. There's nothing like attached. The door's not connected to anything. It doesn't lead anywhere. It's just an empty door. Like someone just said, a door complete with the frame in the middle of the path, but there's nothing on either side. Just the path you're on is continuing beyond it.
I could try to identify the door. Perhaps it is a portal to another place. It just seems to continue on. The path seems to continue on past the door.
I mean, let's just try
Unless
opening it, right? I'll open it.
Right? It is all you.
Alright, time to peek. Stand back.
Okay, you.
Or a firebolt, just in case.
The door creaks open softly, revealing a junction where four pathways, similar to the one you're on, converge. At this crossroads, more trinkets and lost objects are meticulously arranged into towering piles. That's what you see when you open the door. And if you look on the other side of the door while it's open, and kind of peek around the frame, it's still the same corridor straight ahead. Just when you look through the door, you see a crossroad.
Ah.
Oh, it is a fade door. I love these kinds of doors.
Oh, very fun. Too many choices on this one. I don't like it. What do you guys think?
I think we should go through the door.
Yeah? Everybody.
So it looks like the path beyond it just goes straight.
Yeah,
Still.
if you're not looking through the open door, it looks like the path
Right.
continues to go straight, but if you look through the door, it is just a crossroads of these same kind of paths you've been following.
I don't have a better suggestion, to be honest. So I think we need to maybe go through the door. It's the only deviation.
Yeah, let's do it.
Can't believe the way. You can see the things.
So my sight of invisibility only. Oh, it lasts an hour. Never mind. I thought it was only 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's still up.
Alright, yeah. I will lead the way.
Okay. You all step through the door and find yourselves at a crossroad where 4 paths converge. And the piles of objects here are the largest you've encountered so far. And as you arrive, there's like a shift of movement in one of the piles. And a pack of peculiar flying creatures resembling hairless lemurs with oversized bulging red eyes and slender sinewy bat-like wings burst out of the heaps with various objects clutched in their claws, only to fly off and disappear into the darkness like they're frightened of something.
Do I see anything coming?
No?
Where the bats are erupted from?
No, but something very large moves in the distance, burrowing through some of the towering piles of objects on what would be considered the horizon. You can just see like some of the piles like shift and move, and the sounds of very large chains dragging along the floor of the pathways as that noise and the noise of the chains fades into darkness. That all comes from the path immediately to the right. And
Am I the only ones who heard that?
oh, you all heard it. Namely the chains dragging along. And it also appears that someone has arranged an arrow pointing to the left pathway out of the assorted objects. As if made like a arrow out of like cups and trinkets that points to the left.
Alright, well, I don't see why we would be led astray here. Just follow the arrow, right?
So there is something awfully big in the direction the arrow is pointing.
Arrow's pointing in the opposite direction of the big...
Oh, in the opposite
yeah.
direction. Oh, I see. I see where I went. The arrow's on the left side pointing to the right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Follow the arrow.
Okay. The sound of chains does happen. You can still hear it a little bit, and you can see a chain kind of just shifting through one of the piles, just slowly moving in the direction where that noise is coming from. That's all. These long, like thick, sturdy chains. Just one is like dragging through the path in that direction.
Like the one that the dragon was tied to in Shrek?
Smaller.
Okay.
By size I meant extremely long.
Okay.
Okay.
They look like they'd be chains to like shackle up a person in terms of size.
Interesting.
It's very interesting. But yes, you follow the left path then. And after what feels like an hour, the path opens into a vast clearing where countless swords lie scattered in piles. Blades of every make, design, and condition are strewn about, forming a strange collection. Among the collection of swords in this kind of clearing, you notice 3 swords that seem to match the sketch of the Sword of Cass from your notes. The path then leads beyond these swords, crossing a small arched wooden bridge that spans a gap in the void. So clearing filled with swords. 3 of the swords that are like laying in piles look similar to the Sword of Cass from the sketches, and then beyond this clearing there's an arching wooden bridge that kind of crosses over a gap in the void.
Grin spent a lot of time looking at that illustration. Can he discern like any like key differences between the swords and,
Yeah.
and illustration and
Make an investigation check.
Alright, you got it. Here we go, investigating. +0.
Come on, Grin.
Oh, it was almost a natural one. 13.
13. They look very similar to the sketch. You can't pick up any... There's some slight differences in some of the weapons, but the sketch is old.
You know what, guys? I think, just to be safe, I'm gonna do it. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna do locate object on the Sword of Chaos.
Okay, what's the radius on that? Like range?
1,000 feet.
1,000 feet. Yeah. Not here.
Well, all three of these look just like it. But I don't think any of them is it. That's weird that they would look it like it. I mean, this sword is kind of unique.
Big
Do you think it's
decoys.
a trap?
Probably.
Yeah! Torger.
Oh.
Thank
I
you,
didn't-
Torger.
That is a torture thing.
Yeah, I think it's a trap.
I think it's a trap.
And as you all kind of like gather around Grin and get a closer look at these swords, the first one looks exactly like the sketch. But one of the opals present on the hilt in the sketch isn't on this one. Closer inspection of the second sword, the blade is just slightly more curved and serrated, but like barely noticeable until it's like looked under scrutiny. The third, the crossguard is designed with such fine grooves that you can't see them until you're looking at it up close. And with locate object, it would appear that none of these three swords are the Sword of Cass. And also that it is not within 1,000 feet.
Okay. Yeah, we aren't anywhere near what we're looking for.
When does that last? Can you do that?
I think it lasts about 10 minutes.
We should move.
Alright, let's move.
And the only way forward is this like little arching bridge that kind of crosses a gap in the void.
Boop,
So,
boop, boop. He's doing like a radar.
as you all step onto the bridge, this overwhelming force suddenly just holds you all in place. Like you can't push forward. Like you're hitting an invisible boundary. And if you go to turn backwards, there's another invisible boundary immediately behind you. Like you're stuck on this bridge.
Guys, what's going on? I'm stuck.
I do not know. I cannot move myself.
And as you look ahead, there's nothing else. It's like you've reached the boundary of this realm, with only the void stretching out beyond. And then suddenly, all of you feel this crushing sensation overtake each of you. As if immense hands have seized you and are lowering you into the abyss.
Is Hopper seeing this?
See, invisibility would be gone by now because it only lasts an hour.
Oh.
Can I attempt to Misty Step out of the grasp of these hands?
You focus on the spell, but you can't see anywhere to go.
Okay.
And I hear this weird, like, robotic buzzing, and I don't know what it is.
It's just the hands.
The rapid descent leaves your stomachs churning as you're gently lowered into a vast chamber brimming with more assorted objects, both magical and mundane. At the center of this hoarder's paradise is this towering throne cobbled together from heaps of junk. Seated upon it is a tall, 12-foot or so, emaciated figure with pallid grayish-white skin. Their long black hair cascades down over their face, barely hiding 2 glowing white eyes. The figure's posture is permanently hunched, and without warning, they rise up from the throne and vanish. Only to appear from a nearby pile of objects about a foot beside you all, just as they appear from the objects. They're crawling out of it like Sadako crawling out of the TV in the ring. That's how he crawls out of the object pile. And as they crawl out and they rise to their full height, now within touching distance of everybody, their gaze snaps immediately to Doe. And with a voice that pierces, and with this hollow voice that pierces the air like a scream from the abyss, they howl and just point a gnarled finger at Doe. And then as they're pointing at Doe, their head slightly shifts towards the rest of you and tilts. Almost like it's curious why you're here. But still pointing a finger at Doe. But looking at the rest of you.
I don't know if you can understand us.
As soon as you start talking, its head snaps towards you, looking at you.
Ow!
I don't know if you can understand us, but, we're looking for the Sword of Kaz. And he holds up the piece of paper. There's some real bad dude that this might help us defeat.
Still pointing at Doe, their other arm stretches out unnaturally long in the opposite direction and forms a small black hole in the air, similar to the one that it created when you all fell through the floor. And its arm slips into this just void it just made and pulls out this black long sword with opals studded across the hilt and blade. And then...
I'm gonna locate object ping.
Yeah, immediately.
Ping, 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 ping.
So pointing at Doe, it bows deeply and then offers the sword out to whomever will take it.
Well, it's supposed to be me, right? I don't usually use these things, but I'll walk forward and put my hand on the hilt.
So they hand you the sword, and then they bow deeper, continuing to hold their hand out as if they expect something in return.
Oh, do we have something to offer in exchange of equal value?
As soon as Doe makes a noise, the figure turns back to Doe and howls at them again, and then turns back to everybody else.
Oh, okay. I can.
I think it smells the guy's stink on it.
Doe would like to try and cast comprehend languages?
Sure, there's no language to comprehend.
Okay, it was worth a shot.
Vonkar, 1 second. He'll reach into his bag and dig around. I'll pull out the whalestone gauntlets.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I've never used
the gauntlets that you were given by
Anti-Goto.
Yeah, or original gift, but yeah, it's because I think we've talked. I think this is one of those things that the explanation was explained, but so far after the original thing that there was never a connection.
Yeah.
Vonkar didn't like using them because
they're fucked.
Covered his hands,
right? They embed themselves in your hands and make it hard to take off. And since he has the thing about feeling everything with his fingers, it would have gotten in the way of that, so he just never used them.
So you hand over the whalestone gauntlets, and the Bagman, with his strangely large hand, grabs both of them in one hand with relative ease. And then just places them in that same little void that it made. And it bows again
Thank you.
and disappears.
It gave me the sword?
Yes. Before you add it to your character sheet, though, as you grab onto the sword, a voice kind of enters your mind.
Mm-hmm.
My, such impressive strength you possess.
Hello.
But what's this? Something curious stirs within your veins. Not blood. No. Something more intriguing. I can sense it. Potent. Powerful. Precious and rare flowing through you. Metal. Your very essence is entwined with it. Your veins pulse with it. And that amulet around your neck, yes, it binds the curse, holds it at bay, but I can feel it, the pressure building within you. It's a volatile force, ready to unleash something truly catastrophic if ever freed. That amulet is but a fragile seal, barely containing the storm within. Should it ever be removed, the eruption would be unlike anything this world has ever witnessed. A cataclysm of raw, untamed power. I would love to witness it.
Got suppressed, like, not that long ago, I feel like, and that didn't happen. Oh, wait, no, that was before stuff happened. The last time it got suppressed is when we were in the other timeline, dealing with the whale.
My name is Cassigan, and this weapon, you can call it the name I was told it was given when it was handed down to me. I call it Lichbane. Now add that to your character sheet.
Alright.
I love that name.
Ooh, that's a fun name.
And
Oh
if
wait,
you...
we would hear that, would we?
No, it's all in Vonkar's head.
Yeah.
If you have any questions of me, Vonkar Eldsaga, feel free to ask. And I added it to your character sheet.
Ooh.
And it's a sword, all right.
Oh yeah.
It is. It's an artifact too.
Ooh. Oh, is it just the sword of Cass?
Yeah, but reflavored for this setting. And renamed.
Okay.
Renamed to
right.
Lichbane.
Yeah, I'm looking at those. I'm looking at those three. Okay, those first three things. All right.
Hello.
A whoo, and then a whoo, a whoo.
How you doing, Doe?
Why were they screeching at me, Grin?
I don't know. I think they just had. I mean, my guess would be that it could tell that. It seemed like it was judging you for pretty much the way you were born. Now you can't help you were born that way. You know, because remember the Bagman and the Castigan or whatever, they all knew Caden.
I was gonna be honest. I didn't know if it was because of that or because I was joking around and tried to summon it, and he judges me for that. Either way, that second one might be valid, but that was
Would be also a mix of both three.
Either way, we made it past there. I just wanted to check and make sure you were doing all right. That was kind of rough.
Let's hope that's the last time we run into that.
Yeah, but they were all right. They were cool. I guess the big question now is how we get out of here.
You all feel another overwhelming force compressing you all together into a tight mass, like you're being formed into a ball, pushed against one another.
Oh, please, no one fart.
Torger lets one out.
Oh, Torger, you gotta stop,
Oh.
stop laying off that milk.
It's the walrus milk, it makes me. And you're all lifted up and hurled upwards at a dizzying speed toward a searing light that envelops all of you. And the next moment, you're tumbling out of Grin's bag of holding in the headmaster's office of the Soulspire Academy. Pale green moonlight comes from Renath, the new moon, streaming through the window. Nearby, the grandfather clock, built into the stonework and left behind, reads 1 a.m. Now, you're all only aware you spent an hour at most in the Bagman's realm, but much more time has passed significantly in the outside world. You entered around 11 a.m. and it is now 1 a.m. on the grandfather clock. But you're unsure of how much time has passed exactly. And as you all kind of come tumbling out, you all do feel like you're catching your breath for the first time. Like that entire time you were in that realm, you weren't breathing.
Vonkar, how do you feel?
Fine.
Now, upon closer inspection of the sword, Vonkar, you can see kind of built into the hilt and running along the edges of the hilt are like centipedes, like built into the metal.
Interesting. Interesting. All right. And looking at it, I noticed there's the second paragraph on there about after it with 1 minute of it being drawn. Is that the curse bit that doesn't apply?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's if it's not fed. If it's not fed, that it dominates your mind, but you're immune to that.
But yeah, so it just just bumps up against the immunity. Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
He'll complain about it, but he won't be able to do anything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Mm-hmm. It's like there's an old Vine that was like a guy possessed by a demon. And it was like, what do you want for dinner? And it was just like, souls. And he just goes,
A bagel.
And he just goes, no, 2 bagels.
2 bagels.
But you get a sense based on what the voice and what Castigan's voice said. He's definitely curious about you, and maybe the blood he can push to the side for now.
Do you guys remember what happened the last time we fought the Arcane's Bane and its little spawns? Its little spawns! Do you remember? They knocked Vonkar out. With the thing. We're about to, find that stuff again. So, if, your curse repelling stuff goes down again, you gonna be okay?
Yeah, I don't think so. No, I don't know what we need. Is there like an anti magic?
The voice in your mind, I can help for a time. I'm curious to see how this plays out.
Yeah, I mean, I think you and I want to kill the same guy, buddy. So,
Well, I can't exactly kill him, but I can be used as a key to end him.
Yeah, same thing. Whatever works, man.
Perfect.
I feel like Vonkar is not asking the right question. But if he's satisfied,
go with the flow.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that he finally has his life back, he's gonna do whatever he wants.
Yeah, seems legit.
My mistress will be very happy to capture him.
Oh, all right. So you got yourself a lady friend, huh?
You could say.
I kind of had a lady friend once. She gave me those gauntlets I traded for you.
Ah,
I think that was going to be her third or fourth husband. I can't remember, right?
we've all been there.
Have we?
I'm just making conversation.
All right. I mean, it's misleading. I just, I wasn't sure if you were actually relating to me or not.
The only lover I ever had stabbed me in the back and murdered me.
That's rough, buddy.
Yes, but now I will get my revenge. In the hands of you, great warrior.
Great warrior might be a bit much, but I'll see what I can do.
Now you're all here and looking around, now you're like arrived and kind of, you're out of the Bagman's realm. And where the floor was, the teddy bear bag of holding is still laying there. Animated objects glide gracefully around the room, tidying up as they go, even though the room is empty. An eagle-sized, featherless sparrow with quills along its back. So another featherless bird flies through the window, drops a letter off on the desk, and stares at you all with bulging red eyes.
Is it another one that's like human-sized?
This is an eagle-sized sparrow,
Oh, okay.
but also just featherless.
So it's like the size of a cat.
And it's got quills. And you all instantly recognize this little guy is Seymour, one of Auntie Gothel's strange pets that you all encountered the day you entered the maze, the labyrinth in her realm. He puffs out his chest, looks like he's about to say something snarky at you all and starts swearing at you all before he just is dispelled in a puff of green smoke. Just disappears. And yeah, he left a letter on the desk, written on a deep dark blue parchment with an unbroken black wax seal, bearing an insignia that depicts a pair of large scissors cutting a thread in half.
What is that?
I mean,
Vonkar, I think it is your lady friend.
I
yeah,
thought she was dead.
yeah, I thought she's dead too. Or maybe,
I'm so mixed up with events. Listen,
I
I'm
think
old.
there was a
Keeping
different
track of this stuff is
timeline.
hard enough already.
Well, you all did encounter her in that city back in time, and she was an earlier version of herself, but she recognized you all, even though she shouldn't.
I was also not mentally present for that part.
True.
It's a lot of trauma for you.
And
being
also,
a
you
former
know,
lover back in life.
she's weird. She called herself the Matron of Fates. Who knows how she manipulates things?
Mm-hmm. She could have foreseen this coming and sent the letter before she died. If she might still be dead.
Alright, do you guys mind if I open it?
He's
Oh,
like
go
already
ahead.
holding it.
Go ahead, Grin.
As you open it, the voice that is like recorded magically on the parchment forms, but also coming out of the parchment is an illusion of Auntie Gothel.
Oh.
And she appears strangely right beside Vonkar. Just
Oh,
she kind of bats her eyes at him for a second and then turns to everybody else. My precious ones, you've done so well, following the path I set before you. And the illusion kind of reaches a finger out and kind of tickles Grin on the belly like a little coochie coo. I chose wisely, it seems. And now the journey I foresaw is nearing its end. Frowns a little bit. The wheels are turning faster now, and time grows short. The new weaver bound us, those who twist the threads of fate, to a stricter weave, but I doubt they'll notice one last alteration. So that's the first time you've heard of the new weaver. Your destination is the City of Embers. He is coming, drawn to what you concealed beneath the city's depths. The true thread is here, weaving reality into its final form, but it remains pliable until the work is done. What you buried must be protected, and the soul sealed within must complete the sacrifice it began. Make for the Crystal Palace Inn without delay. Any other path in the city will lead only to your ruin. I believe you have a way of doing so with your new ally. And she looks towards Medeis, only briefly. Hugs and kisses. And she just disappears. And the parchment burns. Medeis, you see this twisted, elderly hag with a massive hunchback just kind of illusory appear in the room, talk to everybody, and then disappear. But also regard you like she has knowledge of you, and then she disappears.
The girl is great, guys, right?
That's your aunt.
She's everybody's aunt.
No.
Yeah.
No. So she knew of you all. Apparently, knew me as well.
She knows of everybody.
Yeah.
Everyone important, at least.
Like I said, everybody's aunt.
Friends with hags. Oh, makes sense.
Believe me, it was a struggle to get past myself.
I think she's great, Hildesvini says.
Yeah.
She made me.
I mean,
Did she make
she-
you?
Yeah.
but she did tempt us with some pretty evil items right at the start, so
Evil
Like
is
the one I
subjective.
just passed off.
yeah. But that's all kind of, I mean, she's just
Did
making
you
sure
trade it
that
for
we're
another
smart.
evil item? Isn't that sword not great?
I don't know. Vonkar's doing just fine.
Well, I have this.
Yeah,
Like
that's
the-
it. Which we need to figure out, guys. Or at least make sure that Vonkar's. You know, we have a plan for that thing. Because it was the big one, right? The big one, and when we hit it, where it used. Instead of attacking, it like did a thing and made a big burst of anti-magic or something. Do you guys remember?
I wasn't there.
No,
Yeah,
you weren't
I
there.
remember
That's
this.
'cause I wasn't talking to you, man.
What did you just go?
It sounded like you said man ass.
I was talking man ass.
I wasn't talking to you, man. Damn.
So where are we supposed to go? Where does she want us to go? Exactly?
It said make for the Crystal Palace Inn without delay in the City of Embers. Any other path in the city will lead only to your ruin. And I believe you have a way there with your new ally.
Yeah, we're gonna get to Crystal Palace or something in the City of Embers. Do you know what they're talking about?
They did the Crystal Palace, but
Sure. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I've ever been to the City of Embers.
you've never been to the City of Embers. The giant floating city in the sky.
Yeah,
a guy from a...
they're from like the Soulspire Academy and Nundial, so yeah, they probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
You come from a very magical place and you've never had the curiosity to seek out the City of Embers?
No, I had shit to do. I was doing things.
Do you not have extracurriculars or, you know...
No, the
Fun
things that I
time.
do don't really allow you to have those kind of things.
Seems like your workplace environment is not allowing you to have a work-life balance.
That is a me thing, not a workplace thing. I enjoy my work so much it takes me around, or it did before. I mean, okay, so, I might have a beats of getting there.
Why do you think we could only do a direct route to the Crystal Palace? Do you think that the city itself is full of either distractions or an alerting or something important? No, because if we do get there some other way,
We do
It'd
sort
be-
of get
it'd-
distracted very easily.
yeah. But I mean, what do you think it is?
It did seem like it.
Is
It did seem like
dire.
it did seem like it was a warning.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, what do you think it is? It is like saying we pretty much want to keep a direct route, so I'm curious why. Do you think there are a lot of like the city has a bunch of hidden entities, like scouting around.
Maybe
Eyes
just an extra
everywhere.
churro stands with different toppings.
Yeah.
And Medeis does still have one or two telemancy stones left.
Do you want to leave now?
Yes, this isn't here. He's not looking. Let's raid.
Oh, this
There's
is
not
nothing
much
here.
place.
He's,
Yeah, this-
he's empty. He's
yeah,
smart enough
the
to.
chamber. Flitz and the headmaster cleared out the headmaster's chamber before they left.
Oh, I wasn't talking about the headmaster's chamber. I was talking about the rest of the damn place. But it was mostly a joke.
The people here.
Yeah, alright, fine. There's nothing to do here. Let's go.
Yeah, Medeis,
Get our
that's
asses whooped by the teleportation.
Medeis, that's the weird thing. Normally you'd hear people like walking and patrolling the headmaster's corridor. Not a single sound.
Usual.
Is there dust on the floor or anything?
Let me Google something.
Or dust on the
Oh,
grandfather
hey,
clock?
Oh, who knows how many
Right,
years
time
went by,
shenanigans.
guys?
Oh no.
Because if it's one of those grandfather clocks that have to be wound up every so often too.
But it's magic. Brittany. You
It
gotta
could be. It
remember,
could not
you're
be
a
ticking
magic
at all.
school.
Yeah, there actually is a little bit of dust on the floor and windowsill. And also, yeah, looking at the grandfather clock is not making any noise. It's just stuck at 1 a.m.
You just see Doe take the tip of like one of their fingers and they just kind of wipe it on the sill. And they just kind of like rub between their fingers and like they look towards the group.
If this was only a couple of hours, I don't think this would be this dusty.
Dust methods.
Looking around for dust methods after was it?
Where
Oh
is
no, it
the-
was. I think Ben was the Muppet Slayer.
Ven was the Method
Yes,
Slayer.
Ven was
I almost
the
said
the Muffet Slayer.
I said Ven. Almost said Ven was the Muff Slayer, but
I thought you were going to say Muppet.
yeah, the Muppet Killer. Yeah, no, it's just dust.
Can I open the door to the headmaster's chamber?
Yeah. The hallway usually has a couple or so like guards positioned. Not a single one. And all of the torches. The weird thing, all of the torches that like line the corridor, these like continual flames, the flames are also like frozen and not moving.
Oh. Okay. Everybody gather up. Let's head out. I don't want to be here any longer. I don't like the.
Are you confident in where you are taking us? Don't want another accident.
Yeah, guys, hold on to your belly buttons.
Yeah, it's hard to escape accidents with this device, so you just kind of have to live with it. Maybe do your little robot thing, automaton thing.
Alright.
Beef everybody up a little bit.
I'm gonna bamf out the protector.
Mm-hmm.
Protector cannon. And let's get everybody some temp HP. One!
Oh
Can I do it again before we leave?
no!
I can do it more than once while it's summoned. It's
If you
just
want,
a bonus
if
action.
you want to waste your resources, yeah, go ahead.
I can do the pop-off charge. I can roll the temp HP.
Spend
for an hour.
Spend whatever you want to risk spending.
While Hopper did that, I went ahead and got a second level spell slot by using my
Ooh, second roll is an 8.
harness divine power to get a second level health spell slot back.
All right.
Alright, 13 temp HP for everyone.
Right.
And it only took 12 seconds.
Okay.
Also,
I have a water cannon for
when you all get shunted back here, no, never mind.
At the start of this day, I had a spell going on called Aid.
Oh, that's, yeah, so it's still up.
Okay.
Technically,
All right.
day hasn't passed for you guys.
Okay.
Or enough time hasn't passed for you guys.
All right.
Yeah, Medeis opens the door, sees it empty, all of the continual flame torches on the wall. The flames are, like, frozen, unmoving. And he was like, nope. I'm not staying here.
Alright, bad vibes, guys.
Okay, gather up, center of the room, get all your belongings.
Backpacker. Gets the backpack, puts it on him.
On cast.
And brace yourselves. This is gonna think of the Crystal Palace and the Emerald. Nope. And the City of Embers.
Alrighty, roll a D100.
D100.
And the last time you used this,
Hey! 98.
perfect.
Ooh.
So the last Telemancy Stones, you have to roll the D100 twice, but for some reason you only have to roll it once this time. And as you go to pull out the Telemancy Stone, you can see it's lightly wreathed in mint green energy that you don't recognize,
You.
like someone is manipulating something, even though they're not supposed to, which is what they just told you.
I'm not helping y'all.
The stone
Anyway.
turns to dust, and you're all sucked through this pinprick-sized hole in space.
Ugh.
And you appear in front of the Crystal Palace Inn. And immediately the smell of smoke and fire fills your lungs. And you look around, and in this district alone, you can see all of the streets leading out of the central district near the inn have been barricaded and blocked off with palisades and stone and rubble. Like they've barricaded this entire area, and moving around this area are numerous of the mage guards in their purple robes running around. And there is a massive pile of corpses also in the center of this district, being burned like a massive funeral pyre. And the guards are just running, and they're focused. And one of the guards is giving orders, and the guard is familiar, because the last time you all saw this guard, you badgered him with questions until he slit his own throat.
Yeah.
And he's alive, and he's
What,
giving
in the
orders.
Is the scavenger hunt?
Yeah, no, the couple days after.
It was afterwards.
This was the one that we were like, he was dumb.
It was when
Oh,
Dumbified.
in the feeble
during
mind
the-
rain.
When the rain was
Yeah.
when you like kept going at him, he just like slit his throat and
That's
died.
Yeah, Hopper and not knowing their space.
He's here giving orders. There is no semblance that he ever cut his throat, and he's just barking orders at people, and they're running around ensuring the barricades are fine. You can see they're ushering people from like buildings into the tavern, and the tavern is being fortified as well. And yeah, it's night or early morning, and yeah, the smell of that fire is just like permeating. And in the distance, you can hear like sounds of battle and screams. And this barricade is being set up quickly to block off all the side streets.
Hey, 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 hey. Anything we can do to help?
Well, we're just barricading off this area because of what happened an hour or two ago. We're kind of rushing to get people into this quarantine zone, but we're barricading it off. We can't risk what escapes getting here. This is the last sort of defense we have.
What's
What's happened?
At roughly 1 a.m. a few days ago, when the grandfather, and then 1 a.m. was when the grandfather clock stopped at the Soulspire Academy. 2 days ago, around 1 a.m., the crypts began spilling out, and all of our dead buried beneath the city came rushing out and attacking people. Every single person we've interred beneath the city. And those killed by the undead have also been raised immediately, so whenever we find someone who's dead or slain, gestures to the, or whenever we kill one of the undead, gestures to the burning funeral pyre.
Oh, that's not good.
And this barricade is what we have left. The survivors that we could get here safely are in the tavern. We don't know what's happening, why it's happening, but it's been like this for 2 days now. I've lost count. I've lost track.
Well, that's... Okay, thanks for sharing that information. We're actually looking for a lich, so... That's probably related.
The source of where these undead came from. You just said the crypts.
Some adventurers came yesterday, and they went down to the crypts to deal with the threat. We haven't heard back from them recently, but they seemed pretty.
Competent?
Yeah. One of the council of the Soulspire Academy was with them.
Okay.
Can you point us in the way that you just said the crypts? Is there a certain one?
If you can find a way through the barricades without disturbing the barricades and damaging them, that's fine. But we've sealed this district off where no one's getting in or out.
Remember, guys, we were told to come here specifically. So, maybe there's something else going on here that we need to look for.
Yeah, her words specifically were he is coming, drawn to what you concealed beneath the city's depths, likely the Tree of Hope, and it must be protected until it finishes fixing everything.
So, I don't know if what we need to protect is like directly below us right now, but we gotta look around a bit, I guess, and figure stuff out. Cause yeah, we were told to go here for a reason.
Perhaps somewhere something inside that we need to check out.
I think we might need to split up for this one.
You also get the sense you were told to come to this spot specifically, otherwise if you went anywhere else in the city you would have been overwhelmed by undead.
Well, we didn't know it was
Splitting up-
undead, but
No,
yeah.
but now now that you know what's going on. And listening, it does sound like the city is literally overrun with the corpses that were...
It's sounding like...
Yeah, it sounds like The Walking Dead, but like times 100 with like also you can hear like distant magic being fired off and...
I don't think splitting up is a very good idea. I think staying together is the best option.
I mean, like, if we're looking for clues, why we're here, why we need to be here. Maybe there's something we need. Maybe there's something, like, on the ground. That's all I'm talking about. We need to, like, find out what's important about this place.
I think it was the only place that was safe within the city.
Yeah, but
What
we
was
also
she
need
talking
to
about?
figure out how to get underneath the city from here, too.
Right, what's underneath this city?
Oh, so... Me and the gang, we kind of rewrote a thing with a tree. Very important trees down there.
Yeah, okay, so there's an important tree beneath it. That's all I needed to know. Okay,
Yeah.
That's enough to sway me with this group. We entered a bag space, so... yeah, I don't really need all the... okay, so do you remember how you got beneath the city?
There was a big hole. So the city actually was blowing up when we went to the city. It was like completely blown up. There was a big crack.
Yeah, that's not
Go
true.
down a
That's
crack.
not true. That never happened, Medeis.
Yeah, alright, sure.
So it was blown up, and it was like, get the rock right here. But they were like kind of mutated little dudes. And
Sorry, you guys probably hear those sirens.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
It's the city, yeah.
Yeah.
The city sirens are going.
yeah, and then we found this tunnel that went back in time, and so we went back in time, and then we found out this other stuff. There was a big battle, and then we found a
Okay. Refocus. Let's gather back in. Here, Grin, look at me and you. me and you right here. Where in the city was this? Where was this hole that you entered in from? If you were to guess, does anyone? And he looks around to.
It was all blown up at the time. I don't know.
And he tries to think, like, where approximately this hole would be.
You'd have no idea. But also, in this central district, during the scavenger hunt, there was a thing on the test to try to find a way into the Undercity, which is accessed via the guardhouse, which is in this district, close to the inn. And that was the only... And that entrance is sealed off completely. And you get a sense, if the undead are spilling up from beneath the city, from the crypts and everything, that's probably sealed off too.
Yeah.
What a full circle moment we got going on here.
At one point, you can see this like airship like flying through the sky, like you can see it like shooting off like cannons, like it's shooting at something. And from the brief flashes of cannon fire in the darkness, you just see this purple hide, like immense purple hide, like the cannons are just smashing into it, not doing anything. And another flash of cannon fire, and you see something large is flying above the city, and it has a massive toothed maw.
Oh.
You see Arcane's Bane only being revealed by cannon fire from this airship in the darkness, before it, in one fell bite, consumes the entire airship.
Oh. Hey, guess what?
What?
Yes. We gotta get on an airship and get into its belly.
Hey, wait, we need to get. Oh, are we going up or are we going down?
Well, if I remember correctly, we have to, like, if we want to stop Arcane's Bane, we have to go inside of it.
And yeah, you can see this big thing only getting revealed by the airships shooting it, as it flies around, just consumes the whole airships in just one bite, just poof. This thing is endlessly long. You don't see the end of it as it flies around. And it looks like
You see, there was this painting that we came across, and it kind of told the future, and also we've had visions across our journey where we are supposed
to be honest, I don't really care about the visions that you had. What I care about is what is happening right now in this very moment.
Yeah,
are we going up or are we going down?
We need to
So,
go up to protect the down.
Yeah, the thing that we need to protect is down. I'm really nervous about all those undead being down there too, and what the undead are being told to do regarding that tree. So, a part of me wants to go down, but then we also know we need to get into Arcane's Bane.
Well, Blitz and his friends.
you don't know that it's Flitz. They just said a council member of the academy.
Okay.
But yes, the Faust and the Furious are dealing with that problem down there.
I assume someone said council member. I assume it's Blitz. Blitz is the
It's
only
just
person
the only
on council
council
I
member
know.
you know.
Because I'll be honest, the Faust and the Furious have a better chance of surviving the catacombs than you guys do.
That's fair.
DM.
Valid.
Nicety right there. Okay, so we need to get onto an airship.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the nearest airship you look over would be the Sky Dock, which is where all the airships dock at, and there's a couple docked there, but the Sky Dock is just outside of the barricade. It's about a couple blocks outside of this barricaded district.
Okay, do you guys think we can make 2 blocks? Or a couple blocks? Or
Does anybody know
Undead House
Firebug?
One of the guards, the guard who's talking to the captain, says he's still nearby, kind of like assisting and helping people out. If you leave, we can't let you back in.
No, that's alright.
We understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, everybody. Say preemptively get whatever spells, whatever shit you have in preparation for this, because we're going to be going straight for it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be flying, so I'm just gonna be like 10 feet above you guys' heads.
Should we check inside the tavern at all for anything?
Don't think there's going to be anything in here, but we can.
No, I think we got the right of it now.
No one
Okay,
stowed,
I was just-
stowed any. No one stowed any super powerful magic items or potions in
In the
our
in-
long-term
yeah.
rented room.
No.
Yeah. Oops, I forgot.
All right.
Oh yeah, I left a potion of damage immunity in
No.
the room. I'm immune to all
No.
damage for an hour.
It's quite opposite of your character from last time. All right.
Oh!
Not wrong. Not wrong.
Nice.
That's a lot of
Nice.
damage.
I'm not wrong. All right. Jeez.
How about everybody, all the ones that are walking on their feet? Are you fine with this? Or is you gonna be out our own kids? We have to fight our way through, and then we're gonna have to make sure we keep moving, cause as far as we know, they aren't stopping. So it's gonna be a matter of keeping on moving.
All right.
Don't get hung up.
I'm gonna spend another spell slot
Yeah,
to
do it.
dismiss the Eldritch Cannon and summon. Where is it? The Force Ballista.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a first level spell slot.
Anybody else doing any quick preparations for what you may not come back from?
Yeah, have we had enough time for me to attune? to
Oh,
this new
absolutely,
sword?
absolutely.
Okay, alright. I was just like, am I gonna
Awesome.
get a minute?
Give me a
This is
minute.
actually my. I don't even need to unattune from anything. This is my third
Yeah.
attunement slot ever.
Nice.
Nice.
I just have only ever had. I thought it was going to be an issue. I remember when I got the Amulet of Inhibition at the beginning, I was like, oh, it's going to take up an attunement slot. That's going to be an issue. I've only ever had one other thing.
Vonkar, as you attune to it, the metallic veins across your body slowly, as if like another fluid is running through them, turn jet black.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
And you feel far more powerful than you've ever felt before.
Ooh. Very interesting.
Very interesting. Just imagining Jack Sparrow in the cave when he turns into
Oh,
a
yeah.
skeleton for the first time.
You see Doe
Exactly.
take out the Vakfira Chitin, and in Bardcore, you just hear Cooking by the Book, but that remix version of it with Lil Jon and Lil Wayne playing as they cast a fly from it.
Okay. Who you? What? Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, that's just what you see. You just see Doe just getting some badass music going on, and they're just.
Sweet.
Okie dokie.
Have anything else then?
Alright. Everybody ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Medeis, look what you've been thrown into after knowing this party for like 2 days.
Yeah, a shitstorm.
It's
Remember
really
what
a
I
day
said?
and a half.
Stay together, keep moving.
So you approach one of the barricades that leads out of this district and in the direction of the Skydock. And as you approach, the guards that are there sigh for what they're about to do, and they begin to move barricade a fraction of the barricade out of the way so the people on foot can slip through. And as you all kind of slip through, those of you that are flying, you kind of crouch through, and as soon as you pass the barricade, it's put back into place and reinforced. And as soon as you pass through, you're on a narrow, sort of like a wide-ish cobblestone street. And there are hundreds of bodies just strewn about the street. And they're all slightly moving. One is just like an upper half with its guts hanging out, and it's crawling along the ground, like slowly.
Get up high, up the streets, onto the roofs.
Yeah, I'll be 10 feet above you, Cass. Just get moving. Runs on your feet.
Anyone attempting to climb the roofs will need to make an acrobatics or athletics check. And if you fail and fall, hitting the ground is going to be a little noisy and attract things that might be hiding.
How close are the rooftops to the thing?
What do you mean?
Like, does it look like if some people hopped onto the rooftops, would they need to make checks to get from roof to roof?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, these are wide streets. Is Hopper the only one going up? Okay, what'd you roll,
Apparently.
Hopper?
12.
12. Hopper gets about halfway up. And Hopper,
The
as
one
you...
thing I'm supposed to be good
Hopper,
at.
as you get to like the edge of the rooftop and look up, there are these weird, emaciated people sitting on the rooftops of the city. Like, just everywhere. You can see hunched figures sitting on the rooftops, wide-fanged grins, glowing red eyes, and they all have wings. And they're all these weird undead that have been, like, twisted and formed into flying creatures. And as you climb up and your head comes just about this high up, that's when you slip as it begins to, like, look in your direction. But it doesn't see you, and you fall, but catch yourself on the way down. The rooftops are filled with sentries. So also the people flying are at risk.
Yeah. I'm just 10 feet above the ground.
Alright. And there are multiple undead slowly coming to life on the ground. Hundreds of them. But they're not, like, fully awake. It's like they're newborn in a sense. Like, they're slowly, like, coming to. I need stealth checks from everybody.
Oh,
boy. DC 15.
Can Torger give us something or no?
Ooh, let's see.
Oh yeah, pass no trace.
Yeah, let's spend some. Yeah, let's just spend some resources right now.
I don't like the way you said that.
It's just
all
facts.
about
It's just what it
spending
is.
resources.
All right, 2 key points down to do pass without trace. Plus 10, everybody.
Did it disadvantage?
Torger got a 20. Torger got a 25.
At a 19.
Okay, DC is 15.
Nat 20 and an 8. 18.
Okay.
25 with Torger's help. Thanks, broski.
24 with Torger's help.
That's good thing pass without trace was used then.
Uh-huh.
You all begin to, like, make your way down the street. There's corpses just in the street moving and shambling. You hear distant shouts and screams of people encountering whatever is in this city. And as you guys begin moving, you can see there's a large blockade of undead blocking the main thoroughfare that leads to the Skydock. And the alleys are clear. There's like 300 undead that are dressed like the guards of the city, just kind of piled up in this one district, just unmoving. And as you can kind of, like, with the stealth check, you can, like, slide down alleyways and remain out of sight and move. And as you move a couple of blocks and eventually reach where the Skydock would be, you're peering up from this alleyway and you can see more just undead scattered around the streets near the Skydock. And the streets around the Skydock are wide open, so airships can, like, land with clearance and stuff. And if one happens to have an accident and fall, it doesn't land on any buildings and hurt and kill people. Meaning, all of the creatures perched on the rooftops that you've been seeing will get a good sight of anyone rushing towards the Skydock. There is also what looks like a massive, shambling creature of stone that nearly rivals the height of the skydock, and the skydock is like 3-5 stories tall. And there's a creature made of stone kind of shambling around the city, just stepping on buildings and crushing them. And this city is Dol Shadar, or the structure is this bipedal titan of stone, is the city of Dol Shadar that teleported away and was formed into a living, breathing entity. And it just shambles around this entire walking city.
Guys, I think we still gotta do the skydock thing, but I don't know how we're gonna do it.
Really, for that thing to get out of the way, and then we just rush it.
It
Yeah, okay.
shambles around. You can see it steps on. It just walks through the Eidolon's Labyrinth library in the distance. Just.
No, Professor.
Professor.
And it begins to like. You see, it begins to like. It's making its way really slowly through the city towards one of the border walls to the east. And after like after a few like footsteps, it's like numerous blocks away. After just taking 2 footsteps, it's like blocks away. Just.
What do these sentries look like?
They're like if somebody took a human, like a human corpse, and turned it into a stitched together gargoyle.
Ew, I'm terrible reason. I shouldn't have.
So like the wings are like just
They're
stretched out.
they're sewn on.
Yeah.
Actually, no, yeah, the wings are like blood angels that the Vikings would make. Where the ribs are like pushed backwards out through the back like wings.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. But
Okay.
yeah, these are human bodies that have been twisted into these forms. Humanoid bodies twisted into these forms.
Okay.
Can make some of us invisible whilst we sprint across.
I think we gotta.
We just need to book it.
Yeah, I think we just gotta go. And then we might have to fight guys, but at least we won't have to fight all these things around us. Let's just keep moving. And
He's just looking around, making sure none of those other things have sniffed us out and are moving towards us.
Nope.
We run as far as we can until something spots us.
There
which
are
will probably be-
there are hundreds of like these zombies and undead in the streets around the skydock, like in a large clearing around the skydock. There's numerous bodies or undead, and then there's ones you can see those like weird gargoyle like things perched all over the rooftops. So you get a sense it's a race to get to the skydock without getting caught, if that's what you do. Basically, you got to get to the doors of the skydock tower before they catch you, if that's what you're doing. And anyone who fails any potential check here is going to get swarmed almost immediately.
I can make 2 people invisible.
I can make myself invisible, but we will lose the pass without trace.
yeah, I can make myself invisible, but I'll be immobile.
You're also small, and you're only like this big too, right? So like,
Yeah.
you're hard to spot.
Yeah.
So the problem people then are... Okay, so Papa, you can make 2 people, counting yourself, or just you and one other? Or you
Me
plus
and
2
one other
more?
or 2 other people. I am fairly quick.
I think we might have to just accept that we're gonna have a scrap, but I think we should just go for it.
Torger does have a 60-foot movement speed, so Torger can just like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Torger, you go ahead, and then you get their engines fired up. Do you know
No,
how
the
to-
dungeon master thinks that's a bad idea to have me run off on my
Okay.
own.
All right.
I don't think the dungeon master wants to kill me off when my player's not here.
Okay.
I don't know who the dungeon master is, but we shouldn't listen to entities inside
That's-
our heads. So
Oh,
yes,
oh.
let's not.
That's-
Okay, we call this Torger.
That's the voice I hear when I drink too much walrus milk.
Would... Okay. Doe, to alleviate your presence, you could just turn into, like, one of those coat racks again and just have Torger stick to their back and Torger could just.
Would that weigh Torger down, DM?
No.
If it did, he still has like a fuck ton of movement that he could like
Yeah,
double dash and
yeah.
shit.
Because guys, we got this pass without trace that Torger's doing on us. I say we just take it as far as it can and get what we can get done.
Well, okay, all right.
You know, and then if anything happens, we fix it.
Okay. All right.
Does anybody know how to fly one of those things?
I can probably
If
pick
it's
it up.
anything like the dragonfly ship, the Lumen Spear? No.
Yeah, either Hopper or
The Luminera, no, that thing was powered by
Yes.
arcane
That was
knowledge.
powered by magic.
Yeah.
I mean, I flew the Luminera, but I think these are different.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll have to figure it out. Hopefully there's someone left alive in there that knows how to do it.
And if all else happens, you can cast fireball.
Okay, just be careful. Okay. Everybody ready?
So, looking at the alleyway, there's about 100 undead between you and the Skydog just roaming the streets in your way, so you would have to move through them. And then there are the things perched all over the rooftops that you can see that have a 360-degree kind of view of this area too. Pass without trace does not help you from being seen, it just helps you not make noise and such things.
Yeah, I'm leaving behind tracks.
Yeah.
And there's like no back door.
There's no, like, you will 100, it's fortified this way in design, it seems. These forces have been put here by design.
Okay. A suggestion. Torger,
Yeah.
Endo. You do coat rack combo. Okay. Grin, you can go invisible. Right?
I have an idea!
Okay.
I shove you all in Hildisvini. You have a minute of breath in there, and then I run as quickly as possible to the Skydock.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Then I can turn you and Do invisible.
I can turn myself invisible.
Gonna look like a floating coat rack.
It's
then.
gonna be a floating coat rack.
No, I'm shoving you all in.
That's
I'm
no-
shoving you all in Hildisvini, and then running.
All of us.
Oh,
no,
wait.
I
Oh,
can,
I see.
Wait.
I can be in. I can be in there. I can be on your shoulder, Torger.
Uh,
Because then Grin's not moving.
I was gonna go
Or just moving.
invisible, but they'll see you on my shoulder.
No, I can go invisible as long as I don't move.
Oh.
I took when I leveled up, I took an invocation allowing me that in darkness I could just be invisible. As long as I don't spend any movement, action, or reaction.
Okie dokie. Is this what we're doing then?
Good as planned as any.
Another one of the airships that's flying around. You see it like explode in the mouth of this massive creature as it's still flying around. And as it's flying around, you can see like tendrils of like energy also rising up from various areas of the city. Very similar to what. No, never mind. They don't exist anymore. Yeah, you see tendrils like siphoning something from people around the city as it flies around.
Okay, we gotta get inside that Arcane's beam. I think the only way inside is through his mouth.
You also saw them when you fought it. You all saw them come out of its pores on its body too. Like its offspring came out of pores on its back.
Yeah, but that's not an entry point. That's like
Sure.
a zit, you know?
I mean,
Yeah, but
sure.
that's a
Reverse
hole
zit,
in your
motherfucker.
skin.
Sure.
I've seen enough Dr. Pimple Popper.
The mouth it is.
Into
Yeah,
the
but
mouth.
the mouth devours shit.
That's what mouths do. Get used to it.
Yeah, but okay.
Alright,
In your head, that shit ate shit. We saw it eat stuff.
Yeah, it's eating
It
air.
ate
It's
magic.
eating airships also.
Antier's not
Alright,
here
alright.
anymore.
Sure.
Alright,
I
so
don't have to listen to them.
Good.
so we'll wing it, alright? If we're up there and it looks like a better idea to hop down on it, we can do that and just try to dig into its bowels.
So we're getting Torger to go to the airship. We're taking the airship and flying the airship up to the body. We're smashing into the body, and we're getting into it via wound on the body.
Yeah, whatever happens first.
Okay.
Torger starts shoving people in the bag of holding.
No.
Good luck,
No,
Torger.
hold on a second. Whoa.
Get in there! Hildesvini! Hildesvini's like trying to like eat people.
I'm just imagining, yeah, he just grabs like each end of the jaw and just puts it on us like a hat, and then just gum.
Hildesvini's like, oh, and then Torger runs.
Yeah. Grin's on his shoulder, invisible.
And he's gonna use Duergar magic and cast invisibility, which ends Path Without Trace. Because there's no way Torger's getting through here without being invisible. And just starts running. Has to make a stealth check though, because you do make noise even though you're invisible. With advantage, the stealth check is a 22. And also disadvantage. And also disadvantage. Well, disadvantage because he's running. Well, it would be disadvantage, yeah, because he's running. But also advantage because he's invisible. So it's a flat roll. So yeah. 22. We're just running through this street. You all, Grin on the shoulder, everybody else in the bag of holding their breath because you have a minute of breath in there before you all drop to 0 hit points and start suffocating. Grin, you see Torger sprinting through the streets, avoiding like these undead last minute. As they turn around, he like slides under the legs of like an undead ogre, just and keeps going. You get a sense he's about to say something, just cocky like he usually does, and then doesn't. Keeps running.
Tides against it.
I hear him go, oh.
Another stealth check with disadvantage because there's a lot of ground to cover here. Past his 60 feet, there's 120 feet of movement, so it'd be another stealth check.
Flat roll.
Natural 1. Plus 9. 10. So he does make a little noise as he's running, and some of the undead surrounding like are looking around for the source of the noise, and they're like swiping at where they hear the noise, and a hand just goes over his head. But Grin is visible.
What?
You went invisible too. Okay.
Yeah. I'm invisible. Just
So
like,
it swipes out. It swipes out at the noise and attack with disadvantage. Miss. Narrowly misses Torger's head, and Torger just keeps running. Reaches the doors of the Skydock Tower, which are busted open. And as he gets inside, he just gets away from the door as his invisibility ends, and so does, invisibility ends as soon as he gets inside the tower.
Oh.
All of you
only lasts a minute or so.
Yeah, all of you inside the bag of holding can start to feel yourselves lose consciousness
slowly,
like you're about to pass out and die. Before Hildesvini is emptied out, and you all come out of Hildesvini just on the verge of suffocation.
Oh.
Quiet.
And yeah, Torger like looks around. My invisibility is supposed to last an hour. I didn't end it.
Oh,
And Grin is also visible.
Yeah. Also, Justin, I just wanted to let you know. I think the thing that he has is, as long as he's in darkness, he can just choose to be invisible. So he didn't have to spend anything on it.
But there's street lights, and the tower is still lit up.
All right, cool.
And as he enters the tower, he's like, no longer invisible. And Grin also appears as soon as you enter the tower. And he dumps you all out of the bag of holding because you were all just about to die.
alright, let's get moving.
There's a set of stairs that goes up, and there are a couple bodies strewn about the stairs, like they fell from a great height and splattered on the steps. And it's just it's a spiral staircase that just goes up like 5 stories.
Do I still have my cannon?
Yeah.
That wasn't dispelled? Okay, cool. Just sitting on my shoulder.
Right.
I need stealth checks for everybody going up the stairs. If you're going faster than a normal pace, disadvantage.
Already have this. I might as well sprint because I'm already at disadvantage.
There you go.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Does it look like there's anything to be stealthful about?
There's fresh bodies that fell or that are laying on the stairs that you see when you come in.
Okay.
So you can you don't have to be stealth if you guys don't want to. Up to y'all.
Yeah, I
Walk
mean,
on these
a
bodies.
part of me wants to just do, Walking Dead shit and just go up to each of them and go.
You can.
You could.
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
But as you
I
do,
think
like,
we should.
as you do get like begin to make your way up the stairs, just like all of the undead in the city, these bodies have like violet-colored eyes, like glowing violet eyes, and yeah, begin to make your way up the stairs. What everybody get for stealth?
24.
13.
11.
Okay.
21.
17.
29 for Torger.
Nice.
Natural
So at
20.
least 3 people did well.
So
At least.
you all begin
Torture
to
got a nat 20.
slowly move up the stairs. One of the bodies on the stairs grabs onto Vonkar's ankle. And just, as Vonkar's going up the stairs, one of the corpses on the stairs, it's mangled and broken, just reaches out and grabs around your ankle and just goes,
Oh, I'm gonna swing Lich Bane at that.
go for it.
Alright. Only a 17.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Alright.
Would it be at advantage
It-
because it's prone?
Yeah, it also does special stuff to undead, I think.
I know. Okay, so it'll be third. Actually, let me roll that again to just check for a nat 20.
Yeah.
It was 13. No. Okay, it was a 18. It was a 30 actually.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Okay, so it's 13 plus then those plus another 10, so 23 damage.
It just stops moving.
Just flip it, reverse grip, and just stab it down into it.
Okay. And the violet eyes fade. Back to just lifeless eyes. And you all continue up the stairs. Slowly. Slowly. You get to the top. No more bodies. It just looks like there were the 2 that were on the stairs that fell from somewhere. There's a single airship docked here still. There's some belongings packed near it, like people were trying to evacuate on it, but nobody got on board, so it's just kind of sitting there still. And it just looks like a massive ship with the airships at the City of Embers don't have sails, but they have like large feathered wings that kind of are built into the side that kind of fold up when it's at rest. So it's an airship with wings. And it's just kind of sitting there, not being moved. But there's like an ear.
Reminds me of those swan boats.
Yeah. And there's like this eerie silence up here, and from the top of the skydock, it's the top of the skydock is all open, so you can see out into the city from up here, and every region of the city is burning, and you can tell how many undead there are in the city because you can see the glow from their violet eyes as they're moving through the city. There are thousands and thousands of them just roving through the city.
Oof. Alright, anybody know how this thing works?
No one,
Can I try to?
no one in the party is proficient with sky vehicles.
Can I attempt to figure out how these controls work?
No.
I'm very smart.
I understand, but you've never. It's like somebody who's stepping into a cockpit of a plane and being like, "I can figure this out."
Yeah, with the confidence of someone stepping into the cockpit of a plane, like I could figure this
Yeah,
out. I want to know how to turn on the airship.
You step onto the airship with this confidence, and you look at the control mechanisms and everthing, and you have no
Pepper
idea.
freezes.
You have no idea.
Is there like a user's manual somewhere?
We're gonna have that on this ship.
What? That's the only place for it.
Is there anywhere that looks like a glove box?
No, it's just like this. It's the deck, and then it's at the back of the. It's like a sailing ship. Just a wheel.
Oh yeah, just get on the wheel.
Me get onto it?
I don't know, whoever wants to drive it.
Something large is moving overhead of the skydock, and you can see just this long. Through like the lights of the skydock, you can see illuminated about maybe 20 feet above the skydock is this purple, pale purple, like underside of a creature flying above the skydock. And luckily, you're all concealed inside, so none of you get drained by this creature as it flies overhead. And it seems to be going in the direction of the last like fortification where all those people were where you left from.
Towards the Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
God, we gotta go.
I'm gonna go to the ship's wheel on this
Okay.
airship.
As you raise yourself at the wheel, put your hands on it, the wings like unfurl and begin to flap.
This is good. This is so good. And I'm just gonna like try to steer it towards.
Okay. The ship, as it
like pull back.
as it comes away from the skydock, it plummets immediately into like a nosedive. Torger's gonna help you pull the wheel, just because, you know.
Yeah.
So he's grabbing onto it to like help you control this.
Vonkar, help!
Anyone who's helping, this will be a group check using athletics to try to right this ship.
Yeah, okay.
Anyone who's helping with the wheel to
Yeah,
pull it out of
How
this.
on that thing?
To pull it
I
out
only
of
have
this
a plus
nosedive.
2, so
I
don't
got
know
it.
if I should tempt fate here.
Come on, Vonkar.
Torger got a 17 plus 6. This is group check, so it's all added together.
Oh, okay. Well then I'm
I got a
gonna
10.
Can I bonus action Giant's Might before I grab the wheel?
Absolutely.
Okay, bonus action Giant's Might, grab the wheel, roll with advantage.
Yeah, Torger got a 17 plus 6, so Torger's like helping out pretty well.
Ooh, okay. Terrible. 19.
You're helping out. The ship.
Joe's getting in there with their tongue as well.
Okay.
For a total of 20.
Perfect.
So that tongue's got that
Nice.
good grip.
Jeez.
Nice.
The
That's
ship.
prehensile
I
tongue.
said what I said.
You pull the ship out of its nosedive just as it skims the street below, and it is grinding along the street as it's flying, and it's just turning undead into paste. Just
Yeah.
Nice.
and as you like
Woo,
as you
we're
pull
doing something productive.
The
yeah
helicopter from Grindhouse.
as you pull as you begin to pull it up off the street, that's when a legion of these flying creatures take off from the rooftops and begin chasing the airship through the skies. And there are
shoot arrows at them.
hundreds of them just flying.
Firebolts.
aiming
Anybody
for
got
the
the
closest
crit?
ones.
Yeah, you're peppering these things as they fly towards you. They fall occasionally.
I'm using my packed bow, so it's
Yeah.
we're good on ammo. Yeah.
Nice.
Firebolt. Just
They're chasing and then where are you steering this vessel?
I'm trying to go towards the Arcane.
You are the
Bay.
one piloting it. It is your choice.
Are there
Yeah.
cannons as
Nope.
well?
This is just
Okay.
this is just a passenger ship.
That's why this wasn't taken.
Yeah,
On the battle. Cool.
it was meant for
we have
evacuation.
it.
And there's like belongings all over the deck that are like sliding around in like suitcases and stuff that just tumble over the sides as it flies around. And there are things like you can hear like things also like bumping around in below deck, like thumping around as you fly around, and you hear just faintly below deck.
I'm gonna run to where the door to below deck would be.
Yeah, it's just like a sailing ship. It's like a staircase that leads down into the lower deck. And Medeis, as you get to the stairs, you can see about 10 undead, like slowly, that are just dressed like everyday people, slowly begin making their way up the stairs towards you. The staircase, there's like a metal grate that you can latch over the staircase and lock. To prevent nobody from going down when the ship's docked. And they're slowly reaching the bottom of the stairs. So if you choose to, you would have enough time to slam this grate down and lock it before they can like get up through and overwhelm the deck.
Slamming the grate down and doing the lock.
All right. They reach they get to under the grate. They're just like their arms are like sticking through the grate, trying to like grab at you as you're like right there.
Can I shocking grasp onto the metal?
Yeah.
I want to just fucking electrocute those arms.
One of them is their eyes explode from the electric shock and just splatters you with it. Tumbles overboard.
Yeah.
Hopper,
new character.
You're chasing Chopper. You're chasing Arcane's Bane through the city. Now it is
really trying.
It's massive, so it doesn't fly super fast.
Okay.
And it's a mile long. Like its body is still like out of the city, or it's like its entire body is just basically here. And as you're like sailing towards it, it deviates its course slightly, creates a rift in the sky, flies through it, and even just as the head touches the rift, the entire body vanishes, and it's gone.
Did anybody else see where I
Before you can finish your sentence, the rift opens up directly above the airship, and its mouth just comes down directly towards the airship, preparing to bite it and swallow it. This will be a last athletics check here for the group, using the wheel to ensure the ship isn't crushed in its jaws and you can maneuver it into its mouth without being crushed.
Let's go, Vonkar.
I'm smacking Vonkar with a bardic inspiration.
I'll take it. What is it? A D what?
You get a D 1d10.
The
You can roll.
total
D10?
you all together with your scores, we need to beat a 35 total with all of your scores together.
Oh, Justin. 39 by myself.
You guys go to help, and Vonkar just by himself.
No, I got this.
Vonkar like steer
with his with his massive
We're all, like,
size.
in awe.
Just as Arcane's Bane's mouth closes down on the ship, blanking just darkness as it does, and the ship can't fly in here, so it hits this tongue that's the size of there's no way to describe the size of the tongue. It hits the tongue, spins, crashes up against a couple of the teeth, which are the size of houses, just poof, and the ship is like rent apart inside the mouth, and you all go flying out of the ship and land on the soft palate just on the back of the tongue, and then it swallows, and that's where we're gonna go to break. And
Someone punches you, Fila.
And we'll be back here in 10 minutes.
Well, we don't want to get thrown up.
We'll be back here in 10 minutes for the inside of Arcane's Bane.
The inside scoop.
So, see you all in 10 minutes. You all tumble down the throat of Arcane's Bane and land in a puddle of caustic liquid, which begins eating away at any exposed skin. I need everyone to make con saves.
I'm gonna fly above it. Con save.
Acid, not poison, right?
acid.
Well,
Torger activates his
Plus-
boots just as he plummets, and
+5 for
Hovers.
those
Oh,
Yeah.
21.
+5 to anyone.
that
23.
is within range.
23. Medeis.
14.
14 just succeeds. So
Yay.
you land in it, but it doesn't touch any of your skin. You like scramble out of this little puddle before it burns at your skin. Doe, what'd you get?
Shield.
14
Same-
with that +5.
Yeah, same thing to you.
Nice.
So everybody avoids the puddle of stomach acid at the bottom of this the throat, which you don't land in his stomach. There's a puddle of like acid. You land in that, and then you look out, and you're looking out to what looks like to be an ecosystem, but made entirely inside this creature. The walls are sleek, wet flesh. The floor is sleek, wet flesh. Large growths grow out of the walls, ceiling, and floor, and are filled with uncountable numbers of this creature's spawn, all dormant and asleep. A path made of cobblestones, strangely enough, weaves through this area, and you can spot bits of Fey-like architecture also in here, as if a whole Fey city has been overgrown by all of this flesh. It's incredibly humid because you are inside a living thing, but the air doesn't smell like what a predator would smell like. Most predators have like a scent of decay about them constantly because, you know, they're all about eating things. There's no smell in here whatsoever, just a sort of neutral, flat smell. And I'd say it's like just on the cusp of bright light. Like it's lit up in here from like the architecture. Like there are lanterns hanging off of the fade bits of architecture. So it is like bright. It's like a brightly lit city, also like interspersed in pieces through here. And there's oxygen because you all can breathe as well.
Looks like Arcane's binge got some herpes. Don't get me on you guys.
The creatures in the sacks, you can see like the tiny little flying ones that look like those things. You recognize those. You see sort of like the small bipedal ones that were like running around that look kind of like velociraptors mixed with Arcane's Bane. You see the big hulks, which were like bipedal whales that were like the ones that emitted the pulse. They're all kind of just dormant in these pods. And then there's another one that's a couple other ones that are maybe 15, 20 feet tall. And they're like bipedal, lithe, muscular, very thin, with like hammerhead-like shark heads and wings. And they're all also kind of part of this collection. And they're all just dormant, unmoving.
Wowzers.
And then yeah, bits of very old Fey architecture kind of interspersed in the flesh, like growing out of it, or growing into it. And then just a path of cobblestones going forward.
Where are we going? What's the goal? Where are we headed?
We have to find the brain.
Okay. Sure. Going to be following your lead. I have no idea.
Do we know where the brain would even be in this creature?
I mean, you'd think it would be at the head.
You also think there would be a stomach at the bottom of the throat.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you look up, and there's no throat. Like where you fell from, you look up. There's no like.
But if this,
There's
no,
no
this place,
there's no esophagus or opening.
but if this place was designed, which is what it seems like.
As he like stomps on the cobble.
Yeah,
he
that's
flies down
yeah,
to the
that's stone.
cobblestone and then like stomps on
Yeah,
it.
you stomp on the cobblestone, and it like shifts a little bit, but it's like implanted in the flesh. And like the flesh around the edges of the cobblestone, it's like swollen, and it looks like it's
So-
sore.
So if this place was designed, then I mean, clearly it's something we need to get through. And if you find the brain along the way, there it is.
And we just
that sounds
follow
simple.
the path that has been laid out for us.
Yeah, I mean, we are on the clock, because Arcane's Bane was getting all chompy at that last bastion going on in that city, so we better get moving.
Alright. Let's go.
The more you push forward and the more you walk through this place, the city that you see is growing into the creature's flesh. And the flesh around where the city is swollen and clearly infected and looks incredibly painful. Like if you touch the skin, it would be like inflamed and tender, or the flesh. Yeah, an entire Fey city has somehow been placed inside of Arcane's Bane, and the Fey that were dwelling inside the city remain fused with the architecture, similar to what happened with the world when it merged with the Feywild a few weeks ago. Like you can see Fey just fused into the architecture, long dead. And the city...
Do I recognize the architectural style of this city?
It's similar architecture to the Alchemirian city you all were in, briefly, when you, the one you discovered beneath, the City of Embers. But it appears that whatever happened a very long time ago, and all of the elves that all the Fey-like elves you see strung up and fused with the architecture all resemble Alchemirians, the tall, pale, bald Fey elves from the Shadowfell. And they're just scattered everywhere. And these are like 12-foot tall elf-like creatures from the Shadowfell that were like relatives of the Fey of the Feywild. On the walls of the city, as you move through, you can see ancient murals everywhere. Like this society was a very devoted, faithful, religious society in some sort of in a way. And you see symbols of like divine symbols all over the walls and murals, and these are symbols you don't recognize of any god in the pantheon that you're familiar with. You see a symbol depicting a coiled black worm, a symbol depicting chains with insect-like legs growing out from the links on the chains. You see a mask surrounded by shadowy raven feathers, which matches the mask on Torger's side. And there's a symbol that oddly resembles Arcane Bane's mouth, with mint green threads spooling out from it and weaving a tapestry. It doesn't appear like it's devouring something, it appears like it's creating something. And yeah. That is what you see as you move through. Oh. The coiled black worm looks reminiscent to the massive lamprey-like black worm you saw in the city during the War of Ascension in that like flashback. That big worm that was in the graveyard. That symbol matches that one.
Note of that. Looks like they worship some older deities, is what it seems like.
Or they have their own
Or
pantheon.
the Alchemirian.
And knowing that they're from, well, so for the party that knows about the Alchemirians,
Yeah.
knowing they hail from the Shadowfell, it's most likely a pantheon from the Shadowfell.
Okay.
Or just the gods that these elves worshipped.
Okay.
But they seem to have worshipped Arcane's Bane, the entity that resembles the mask that Torger's wearing, and then other symbols like the black worm and this like chain with centipede or like insect legs on it, and other symbols you don't recognize that are just even more weirder. Anyone who spends time looking at these symbols, yeah, you don't recognize them. You recognize the coiled black worm is the worm you saw in the cemetery in the flashback. You recognize the symbol that depicts Arcane's Bane, and then yeah, the symbol that depicts the raven-like mask that Torger has. There's another symbol. There's like a crown of ice. It's a symbol, and a bunch of others just kind of all over the wall. Like this, yeah, this place was definitely a devoted, religious, faith-based city, and there are murals of these religious symbols almost everywhere. As you move through, there's like a cathedral that's crumbled and embedded in the flesh of Arcane's Bane, like a massive cathedral, and etched into the stone of the cathedral's like spires or architecture. You can see someone has like diligently carved like centipedes into the stonework. There's a lot of shit going on.
Are there any symbols that are perhaps like that seem somewhat familiar, being in like growing up in the Feywild? Like those deities like have a half blend with something else in here.
No,
okay.
no. It's like the Fey knew about these deities but never talked about them, and never sort of.
Never.
And this would have been a time before the major conflicts with the Fey, and you were all told that Queen Valestria created Arcane's Bane, but there is a religious symbol that kind of looks like Arcane's Bane as one of the murals.
Arcane's Bane could predate her.
Yeah.
And in fact have a. Now the question is if she created it. By create, does that mean created its current form, and there's a like state of being prior to her intervention that it can be returned back?
The symbol kind of alludes to something in a way. You've always seen Arcane's Bane like consuming things and siphoning magic. In the mural, it has these mint green threads, which is a common theme you've seen with the True Thread and Anti-Gothel and Fate. And there's these mint green threads spooling out from its mouth and weaving into like a tapestry, like it's creating instead of destroying and consuming. So quite possibly, yeah. And also, you did see it had like inside of it when Antir, somebody scryed, I think it was Antir, scryed on Caven and told Joe what they saw. They saw this like crystalline brain, mint green brain, and it had like a torture like device like built around the brain and all that. It seemed like it was torturing Arcane's Bane, and it had apparently that structure had been there for like possibly quite some time, the way it looked. So yeah, based on that, and then based on what you're seeing here, things aren't. There's some things that are, weird.
Didn't create Arcane's Bane. She made its prison.
Dustin, you watch Doctor Who, right?
Yeah, you got the inspiration.
There, okay, yeah, right.
The Star Whale.
Does Arcane's Bane avoid eating children?
You haven't seen it eat any children.
There's kids floating at the astral sea, just.
All the gift kids from that city are just like, hello?
Where Antir came from.
Hello? Yeah, this is all you're seeing, just these weird, like, a very, very faith-based city that looks like it was sent inside of Arcane's Bane or something.
Deposited there. Weird.
And it's Alchemirian in architecture, similar to the city that was beneath the City of Embers.
Alright, let's march onward.
Okay. As you march through, Cass again speaks in Vonkar's mind. What a place this could have been. I wonder what it was like in the height of its power.
I don't know.
Beautiful cathedral.
There we go.
Vonkar, who are you talking to?
The sword.
The sword talks to you?
And then in all of your minds, yes, I can talk to you all, should I choose.
Oh, sure, Vonkar can talk to objects, but if I do it, I get tackled.
Yours did something. Oh, never mind. I'm not there. That was not there. I was not there.
I've got this.
No, you were there when Doe talked to
Lolth.
the thing.
Oh, that's
Lol.
right. That's lovely. Yeah,
You were there.
Vonkar's not also giving over personal information to an evil entity.
Yeah.
Joe didn't
He's
realize
just going.
that. Joe wasn't there for that part.
But Vonkar, you feel like there's a slight connection with this sword and that cathedral. The way Castigan's talking and longing about it.
Could we check it out? Would you want to look into it?
We are on a schedule. But I wouldn't be opposed.
Oh, it's okay. You can speak your needs, pal. Hey, folks. The sword wants to go. Look into the cathedral.
Yeah, last time
Look
we
into
went
the
to
casino.
well, last time
yeah,
we
sorry.
around this Vonkar.
It's just a front. It really is a casino.
Yeah.
You're looking to strike rich at the penny slots, Vonkar?
I'm gonna be able to afford my retirement.
Yeah, guys, I'm down for going to the cathedral. I mean, last time we went to a holy place like this, I got this thing.
You mean like a little baton, or like a big baton, I guess. He spins around the rod of resurrection.
Oh yeah. Forgot you had that. That's useful.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, might as well check that out. I mean, every place that I've seen like that we've gone into, we had some good stuff. I don't know why I never was religious.
Alright, you all
The Paladin and the Warlock. How do you not worship at least one archbeing?
I mean, I do, but I know them. You know, there's a difference
It's
between
more of a
like,
personal relationships and worshipping, or
yeah. Well, I mean, I know them, but like, I don't. There aren't any questions as to whether or not they exist.
it's an absence of faith because there is a charity.
Yeah.
As you all step up to the cathedral, you can see the stone-like walls have been etched with symbols of like small little centipedes, kind of like weaving through the stonework. Push open the doors, and it's a very, very dark, almost like an encroaching, overwhelming darkness inside. It looks like this place was designed to never have light inside of it. Like it was purposely made just to be darkness inside. There are numerous iconography on the walls of like religious symbols that show more chains with insect legs on the links on the various walls and tapestries. You can see living little white centipedes scurrying along the floor all over the place. And kind of up on the ceiling where there would be like rafters, there's like stone beams and stone supports. And all you see hanging from above that, like in the rafters, is just pitch black curtains that hang from the rafters but down in one spot. There's a long black curtain that kind of droops from the ceiling to the floor, kind of just falling out of the darkness.
Well, that's
Is it
weird.
straight down or does it like fan out?
It comes straight down and then kind of fans out at the bottom a little bit, like that's when it's like collapsing onto the floor. And then
I was gonna say.
oh,
sorry. I was gonna.
go ahead.
Sorry. Oh, okay. I was gonna ask, kind of like you played Elden Ring.
Yeah.
The like draping in Queen America's bedroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this is all just like jet black. And like, it's like the curtain is made of like multiple fibers. so it's like textured and it's like more than just like one single fabric. It's like multiple pieces of something.
Oh.
But you're still seeing it from a distance, so you're not like up close to fully like scrutinize it. And then moving all through the stone like support rafters of the cathedral are just long chains that like stretch into the darkness and disappear.
Well, this place is cool.
Yeah, Sword, anything stand out to you?
Oh, I was just curious where my mistress, what kind of building she was worshipped in.
Oh, this is your lady friend's place.
Well, I didn't worship her per se, but she was going to help me seek a cure for my illness if I helped her hunt down and... No, it's a long story.
All right.
I was cursed with vampirism in life, and she was going to help me cure it for a payment in return. She despises liches, and she hunts liches. And those she catches that dwell too far into her domain for secrets of undeath, she binds with her chains.
Huh.
And if he could gesture, he would gesture to the chains that weave throughout the ceiling. There's like a right near that curtain, like right in front of the curtain, where that curtain like droops down, a singular curtain droops down. There's like a small little pedestal where there is a large tome that's just resting there, and it's covered in these white centipedes.
Is it dark in here?
It's pitch black, and there's no there's like no torches or anything like built in this place to allow light to be made.
Little lizard is.
Oh right, you're a human.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you see everything being described. You see this like, you just see
oh.
this singular black curtain drooping down from the ceiling that kind of splays out at the bottom, and you can tell it's made from like numerous threads, not just one singular like fabric. And yeah, the chains. You see the pedestal with the Bible on it, or the Bible, the tome, and you can see the floor is
The Holy Bible.
Guys, we're just in the Catholic Church. It's fine.
Yeah, just as dark and scary, and then all over the floor are just, and the floor is covered in centipedes, like white.
Yeah, classic
white,
Catholicism.
White centipedes cover the floor, and they're just scurrying around in places. You see
every church in Vatican City is like this.
What? Why are we here? This place is odd. This place is weird.
This is.
Well, the Sword was curious.
This is an Alchemerian deity who hunts liches. The sword Vonkar wields is her gift, Lichbane.
Very cool name of a weapon. Very nice.
She wanted me to stop Caven, capture him for her, and that's why he murdered me. He found out.
Did we look at the book?
You can if you'd like.
I mean, I will.
Alright, you stroll over, and you're much closer now.
Try not to crush any of those centipedes.
Yeah, okay. You're much closer to the curtain now. And yeah, the curtain is made up of very thin threads. Multiple, countless, thin black threads that droop down from the ceiling.
Oh.
But you approach the book.
Ew, don't make me think of that. Oh.
And etched into the cover is a symbol of chains. Like all chains like weave through the entire cover of the book with insect legs growing out of them. And the book says the tenets and philosophy of Umbroxis.
Does that name ring a bell? Ambroxus for anybody?
No one recognizes the name.
No. Like, look around. Pedestal.
It's just a book on a pedestal and that black curtain, right? Just like directly behind the pedestal. You touching the curtain?
Yeah.
So you reach it. It's like soft and velvety.
Oh.
And you move through it, and the threads are like super super thin and fine. Like you move through it, and it's like you're brushing hair.
Gross.
And you look at it. Yeah, that's hair. That's not a curtain. That's just hair. A massive plume of black hair that spools down from the ceiling and onto the floor, like long, long black hair.
Anything behind the curtain of hair?
If I look up,
Yeah.
is that hair attached to anything?
You don't see. It just goes up into the darkness. Like you don't see what it leads to.
Uh-huh.
Even with dark vision, like even with impressive dark vision, you look up and it's just
Hair void.
and Medeis is standing in front of the book, touching the hair.
I'm gonna open the book.
Rules and chains exist to protect those not strong or smart enough to be off leash. That's the first tenet. The next one. A master takes care of their pets.
Oh, okay.
Rules don't exist for those strong enough to break them.
Right.
Undeath is a useful tool, but succumbing to undeath adds more chains than the freedom it offers. Vampirism is a sickness, and the only goal of a vampire should be seeking a cure. Lichdom is a false and hollow victory, and anyone who believes otherwise needs a leash more than anyone. So whoever this is would love to leash Caven Idris. Freedom is the ultimate goal, but only for those who earn it and deserve it. For those who can't, the right chains offer the greatest freedom.
Walk him like a dog, bitch.
Pick up the book.
Yep.
Walk over and push it against Vonkar's chest. Here you go. It belongs to you now.
Alright.
Keeper of the book and the sword. Very prestigious thing there. Alright. Can we go? This place is giving me the... That's hair, by the way. I don't think any of you noticed, but that is definitely not cloth or thread.
Garrett called it immediately, too.
It has been a while since I have touched hair as smooth as that, but that is definitely hair.
Just imagine what Antier's reaction would be having read that book.
Yeah.
Anyway, I burn this into the trash can. It goes.
Yeah, there's like an impossible amount of white centipedes just on every surface.
Can I pick one up?
Yeah, you pick up a tiny little white centipede. It just
Hello,
kind
little
of
centipede.
just kind of like wiggles around in the air.
He's kind of wants to gauge how much it wants to live, you know? Like how much it wiggles when he does that. Like if it's like completely sentient or if it seems like it's controlled to do something.
It doesn't look like it cares. It has no cares. Just wiggles there.
Hello.
If only Fliss were here to tell us what they were saying.
Oh.
Something tells me the cacophony of voices in this room would not be pleasant.
But
Nope.
yeah, there's like they're on every surface. They're covering the floor. There's like not much of the floor you can see. It's just covered in centipedes.
So we're just like shuffling our feet through them,
Yeah,
pushing them
and
aside.
it doesn't seem to be harming them in any way whatsoever when you step on them and stuff.
They just kind of like squish and like distend, but then when you
Yeah.
step off of them, they just kind of like unsquish.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Seattle's got some slugs. Like big slugs. And if you step on them on the
Slugs.
sidewalk, they like crunch and pop. Yeah.
Yum.
Yeah.
Add a little salt on your sidewalk, you got a snack.
Mm-hmm.
Gross.
Little
That's
snack
what you
snack.
said there. Gross.
But yeah, that's all that's in here really. Is just and then actually, Medeis, when you were like peeking through the hair and like pushing it aside, you did see like an altar at the other end of the room where it looked like an artifact once sat.
Well, that would have been useful had the actually thing been on it, but we just got a book.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and head out and proceed forward.
You don't want to go inspect what the artifact might have been?
Oh, there's like, I thought you were just like,
It's a
oh, there was,
pedestal, and
a
there's
place
like
where-
there's a pedestal. and
Sure,
there's like
I'll
a-
go look if it looks like there's like a plaque or like something
Yeah,
where.
there's
indication-
I'd like to
there.
assist in that.
Sure, there's
Like,
near the
over
as
the-
you proceed forward. Yeah. Does anyone like? Do you all like take a wide berth around the hair to move forward, or you just walk through the hair?
Harper's
Walking
just gonna
through
go
the hair.
through.
Yeah.
He's seen weirder shit in the Feywild.
Okay. You just pass through the hair, and it's very well taken care of, silky, velvety, like smooth hair. That just
Like Queen
that just
Tanya's.
that just like descends from the rafters above, just from the darkness. You can't see what it's connected to. The front of the altar is stained with blood, and resting on the altar, and it was once like embedded into the face, into the stone of the altar on top, are like these. Looks like there was two knives that were like embedded into the altar, and they're now gone. Like daggers, two daggers embedded in the altar that are just not there.
Oh, looks like we got a feast.
You said eyes? At one point?
Did I?
Like there were eyeballs or
Oh,
something?
no.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I must have heard it wrong.
And the altar looks like a sacrificial altar. In a way, just based on how the blood is all like splattered all over it.
Okay.
So maybe we could be on the lookout for. We have daggers. Something that might be, I don't know, useful.
You know anything about those sword?
Oh, sorry, I zoned out. What are you asking the sword?
You know anything about those sword?
The missing artifacts?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is that there were other weapons like this one that you're wielding. There were twin knives, but I don't know where they are or what happened to them. But they were the knives used by her champion, or disciple, like disciples, primary disciple, champion, that sort of thing.
They're gone now, so
I'll keep an eye out.
Do you think
What?
Gaven might have taken them to spite her?
Not a chance. He's not exactly he wouldn't deem gods and their weapons as threats.
Well, we might not be the first people in here, you know? Like, maybe someone else, like, survived their ship crash and they're just kind of wandering through here and they happen to pick up those dead.
Or they could have been taken long before the city was ever here.
Yeah, sure, that too.
You
Who
know
said
what
that?
the daggers could have looked like?
Not a clue, but if it follows the theme, their blades would have been jet black.
Alright, is it time to go yet? We gotta get moving.
It's strange, they
Yeah, I think it's probably the time.
the story I heard was that the one who uses the weapons could call them up from within themselves when they were bound to them. Like summon them at will.
Oh, probably like this. Shh.
Yes, sort of.
There's the bow.
Yeah. Alright, let's go, guys.
Yeah, let's go to.
Alright,
Go to go.
you all turn to leave, and as you're leaving, the hair's gone.
Oh, no.
Oh no. Justin is looking at something.
No, I'm just saying the hair's gone.
You set up like you were gonna look at a character sheet.
No, I'm just sitting up because my back's sore. And you leave the cathedral.
Kate,
Freaking paranoid.
Metagaming.
I'm just paranoid.
Let me tell you, when I'm in my house, like, we're not even playing, I'm just, like, sitting by my desk, and I just, like, idly roll a die. The people I live with are just like, what? I'm just like, we're not even playing!
But you all, you all step out of the cathedral, back into light of this weird city. You
Continuing on. This place is rough. Japan.
It's not so bad.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as the Underdark, so.
and then
Yeah.
Not yet.
after some time, still moving through this weird city that's interspersed within Arcane's Bane, you do come to this like dome of mint green sort of, or no, mint green, violet sort of energy. It's completely opaque, so you can't see through it, but it is just a dome of this just violet colored energy that kind of has been like placed over a good portion of the city inside, and is blocking any sort of way forward. And as you kind of get to this point, a doorway is kind of etched invisibly into the dome, allowing passage.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
What color is the energy?
Violet. Same color as the zombie's eyes.
No, okay, that's bad.
And a voice calls out from all around, it seems. Oh. The failed experiment and their friends have come to play. Enter. I mean you no harm.
You are speaking like you seem to mean us harm. How can we trust you?
I don't know if he can hear us. Maybe, probably.
Maybe.
You're in
It was worth a shot.
potentially his domain. I don't know. I don't know if there's a... Yeah, we'll see.
And then, Hopper, you hear the sound of your family screaming. Grin, you hear Papa screaming.
Oh no!
Vonkar, you hear your niece screaming. Medeis, you don't hear anything.
No attachments. It's a little Tico scream.
Must be nice. Must be nice.
Your gecko.
And,
the whole lizard thing.
And stumbling out of the doorway, you see Lila,
Hopper takes
like
out a sword,
bleeding
sword and
profusely, and collapses to the ground.
runs. Hopper immediately takes out the Everthorn and runs toward her, casting Green Flame Blade.
What are you doing?
Okay.
Bitch has an 11 wisdom.
Talk your wife. Oh, I don't know that's your wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Green Flame Blade. You rush at Lila, who's like stumbling out of the dome.
And I'm just saying, Lila, I'm here. And just like going over towards her, trying to like pick her up.
Yeah, you help her up, and she hugs you.
What are you doing here? How did you get here?
Why did you abandon us? You left us behind. At the Feywild. Again. Again. You abandoned your family. And they're all dead now because of you. And Lila stabs you in the stomach. You take 10 points of piercing damage as Lila just shoves a knife into your stomach. And when she's and she's just and then she just twists it.
Bitch!
And you all see Hopper's wife just full on under the breastbone, just and then start
Who is
twisting the knife.
Who's this?
You see another bipedal rabbit stabbing Hopper.
Oh, I knew
Am
rabbits fought, but
Am I within 10 feet?
Nah, Hopper like booked towards the dome. You'd be
Okay.
further away than that.
Okay.
Like at least 50 feet away.
Just looking in your eyes as they as they pull the dagger out, and then they go to stab you again with it. But it doesn't go deep enough to cause damage, but it does pierce the skin a little bit.
My darling, what are you? We agreed it was safer. And he's just like, he doesn't want to retaliate, so he's just trying to like look into her eyes and like try to see through if this is an illusion.
Make
if it's some
a
sort of trap.
make an insight check.
Not good at insight. That's a 13.
It's Lila.
I think before she tries to go stab him again, he just gets out. I was trying to protect you.
Pulls the
Still not willing to retaliate again.
pulls the knife out of you. Looks at you, and as she looks at you, you can see blood begins to like pour out of her eyes as she slowly begins to decay. And you failed. And she just collapses to the ground and disappears.
No! No! And I think Hopper's gonna get up and look around for a doorway or a path.
The doorway that was opened up that Lila came out of is in the dome. It's right there in front of you.
I'm gonna give other people a chance to react before Hopper rushes in.
Okay.
Hopper looks like they're gonna run in. We're gonna chase after.
Okay. Yeah.
Hopper, it wasn't. You didn't do anything.
The voice. And that's exactly why. She's dead.
I'll kill you, you son of a bitch. And he goes through the door. He runs through the doorway.
Okay, the doorway. As soon as Hopper passes through, the doorway starts to close.
Ah, running in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Booking it.
Family is his greatest weakness.
The door shimmers shut behind you all. And you're standing in this grand, multi-floored, multi-leveled chamber. Pieces of the chamber kind of float around in like a circular pattern around this massive device, similar to the Orbis and Korra that Castigar and Velestri, while possessing Aelinor, were designing to do their fucked up shit. There's one built in here, built around this green sort of pulsing brain. Platforms spin and move, a part of this contraption, like it's multiple platforms that rise and fall and twist and turn. The tower where the brain is multiple stories high to the ceiling of whatever this chamber is, and all of these moving parts and kind of floating above the brain, manipulating all of this and controlling this contraption and everything. You see a man in a purple robe, devoid of life, bald, one kind of clouded over lifeless eye in one socket, the other just pure glowing violet energy, the left hand also completely violet energy, and he just floats in the center of all of this. Welcome. And looks towards Vonkar and sees the sword.
Yeah, I imagine that sword.
And Vonkar, you just see how Vonkar, you just hear in your head continuously, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him, rend him.
Getting there.
Vonkar has far more patience than the sword or Hopper.
Looks towards Hopper. I assume you're here to avenge your family.
Do we want Hopper to be stupid in this moment?
I mean, are they stupid? Or are they angry?
Definitely angry.
Do you want to know what
Because you can be angry and smart.
Do you want to know what their last words were? I can offer you that. If you're curious.
I mean, Hopper's book smart, but he's not street smart. And I feel like I've portrayed him to have a very quick temper.
Yeah, overzealous.
And not a lot of restraint.
Looks then Caven, no longer Caven Idris, looks towards Doe. And here I thought my first child would be faithful.
There's the one who keeps calling them the failed experiment. That's not a judgment on me. That's a judgment on your ineptitude.
Tell me.
Oh, yeah!
Tell me. Did you remove the failsafe I implanted in you on your time alone, or is it still in there?
The what?
I'm curious.
What?
Fuck around and find out.
I don't want to.
I am
Hold on.
I am curious. Which of your friends do you like the least? If you had to choose.
Probably you. Oh, you made me. So I'm not that stupid, am I?
No, that's correct. There is a part of me in you as well, and I can't call myself stupid.
so you can learn from your own mistakes.
Just smiles. Where was this passion when you failed to protect the city and your fellow Mimicborn? That would have been useful back then.
Probably the same place where that stick was up your ass.
Looks towards Medeis. I have no idea who you
The
are.
Bard is barding.
Yeah, Bard is barding.
Looks
right now.
looks towards Medeis. I have no idea who you are. You astray. Fair enough. Ah, so why are you here? Clearly you have no vested interest
Came
in...
to stop. You came to stop the Arcane's bane, obviously. It's causing a mess out there. Suppose like a bunch of undead, you wouldn't have to know what that's about, would you?
I am giving life to all those who have died.
Oh, we saw firsthand. Come on. That's bad for the argument.
He sort of pauses for a second. Like he's talking to someone else. Like you can see he's having, like you can clearly see he's like mentally, briefly. Good to know. Ooh! You are so trusting of feeble little Caven in the city when you discovered him hiding in the dark. Oh.
Yeah, what a little bugger.
But that's not why I'm here. I don't want to talk, I don't want to argue. You're all powerful, you all made your way here. We could work together and bring about something far better. You're connected still to the spirit that is changing all of this. We can manipulate that spirit however we wish. Did you know you have a friend who gave up their lives for you all, and you didn't even thank them for it or remember them for it?
I'm pretty sure if they're dead, you know. Who are you talking about?
Let me ease your burden. It snaps your fingers and you all regain your memories of Antir Zelosiant, and that they are the soul inside the Tree of Hope that Caven is intending to destroy.
Hey, Torger, is that why you're light on coin still?
I didn't forget about Antir.
After I said that banger of a line right before we forgot them.
I mean, these are a friend, but you know, I mean, they're our friend, but you know, they're also an asshole.
So,
You know, at least we don't stab the ones in the back that we love.
No, Antir
looks to Doe.
tried to stab me in the
Oh,
front.
but you, points towards Doe, you most certainly will. I think it's time for you to ascend. And he snaps his fingers. And Doe, something inside of you that would have been learned about in the tower, in Dol Shadar, if you dug a little deeper, begins to, you feel something inside of you begin to like flare, and you feel far more power than you've ever felt. As Doe detonates in a ball of purple light. And all that remains is this mass of amorphous, adhesive gray flesh covered in teeth, tongues, eyes, and claws. Caven smiles, just laughing with his hollow laugh. As he snaps his fingers and conjures a dagger in his hand. I think it's time. And that's
Yeah,
and
yeah, we're
that's
done with
where
this.
we'll end session for the week.
Is that the dagger that was missing from the table?
No, no, no.
Okay.
But next week,
Doe went full Akira.
so
Yeah.
next week y'all are fighting Vecna, and Doe.
Do I get to fight the party?
Yeah, I'm giving you the stat. I'll give you the stat block next week.
Aw,
Oh,
that's
dang.
cool.
Hip,
Oh no.
hip.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, no. I'm in danger.
Danger.
Yeah, we'll go from there.
I'm just
But yeah.
glad my wife didn't break.
So,
my
like I
temper
said,
tree.
there's a lot of like moving platforms. So the battle map is going to have like platforms that are like moving and turning and like floating and
Oh,
flying.
okay.
Oh, that's.
So it's going to have like
sick.
lots of verticality and movement.
Cool.
It's going to be cool.
Cool.
And Doe is just a massive wall of like mimic flesh that's
It's
scary.
great. Yeah, I don't have that.
But yeah, we'll be
Oh
there.
fuck! It started pouring rain out now. This
Oh.
is very apt for
Oh
this.
no.
We'll be there. We'll pick up there next week. Didn't do any combat this session because you know what's gonna happen. And I don't want to do combat. I don't want to do. I don't want to do combat without
Mhm.
Caleb. So
But I got some sick psychic damage in with those burns.
true.
Oh yeah.
You were
True.
good on one.
The bard was barding tonight, and I was
Bird
so
was
here for
booting.
it.
Yeah, it was great.
Good job.
That's a good swan song for Doe.
Only
Yeah.
took the
You
know
whole
they're gone
campaign,
now
but baby, we're
forever.
going out with the bang.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see.
I know. Just saying.
I
That's
will.
all, as far as we know.
I
they're
will
gone.
say, out of all the campaigns, this is a fight that has the highest potential. Even if you win, for not everybody to make it back. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Even if we win, we lose.
Even if you win.
Oh no.
But until then,
The world
until you
as
fight
we know it.
next week, until you fight Vecna and Doe. Bye. And still, what's that about if Vonkar takes off his amulet and there's a cataclysmic eruption? Who knows? Bye.
Do it.
We'll see.
Everybody.
No.
Oh boy.
I can't hit.